Hey guys, what's up? My name is Escher, and I just love the holidays. Gives me time to work on ridiculous projects like the one I have for you today that take extreme amounts of time. What, you guys spend time with your families on the holidays? Nah, man. You gotta work on your YouTube channel. That's the real thing to do. Yeah, that's what the holiday spirit is all about. And besides that, you get to eat delicious things like, oh, delicious pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. We don't eat our employees here. I swear. Oh, and speaking of eating employees, look who's back.
Help me.
Yeah, it took a lot of effort and negotiating, but we got him back. I had to increase his pay by a ridiculous amount. Much more than I'll ever make off this channel, but you know it's worth it to have my old pal back, yeah. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this holiday special. It's kind of just a story about me that happened to me one time. It's great. It's great. Yeah, and I hope to do more of these in the future. So, keep your eyes open.
My name is Escher. Does each chanting sweetness of the story we'll dress today? There's Escher and Jhon and these goose, but most of all there is you. Thanks for the view. Thanks for the view. Maybe you should subscribe
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Escher, and I've got a question for you. Have you ever had an experience that seemed really terrible at the time, but looking back you see that nothing bad really happened and you just got a good story out of it, and maybe even learned a life lesson? I don't really know about all that, but here's a story. Okay, so, a couple of years back, me and one of my friends, let's call him Jhon, were just hanging around at the skate park and having a good time. It was basically just a normal skate park setting, you know, there was a bunch of hoodlums hanging around doing super professional kickflips and just showing off their mad skills. Then there were a few kids who kind of knew what they were doing, riding around and avoiding being run over. And then there were a few noobs wearing helmets and riding bikes around as conservatively as possible. Yeah, that was us. It was fun though. We would just stay out of the way of the scary professionals, and when there was somewhere that no one was riding, we would ride there until someone else needed to use it. Then we'd just move on to the next spot and ride there for a while. At one point, me and Jhon were riding in the noobiest of all areas, feeling totally at home, when one of the best skaters around came riding up to us. Assuming that he just wanted to skate where we were, we backed off and gave him the right-of-way. Instead of just riding around a little and leaving, however, he continued to approach us, until we had yielded to the point of being completely off the cement. "Hey," he yelled to us, "hold up!" "Oh, hello," replied Jhon. What's up?" "Nothing," he said, but listen, me and my friends, wanted to go get some drinks from Snappy, but I don't have a bike. Could I borrow yours?" I replied, "Well, it's pretty close by, and you have a board. Do you really think you're pretty speedy on that thing?" And okay, sure, whatever. But give it back when you're done, okay? "Yeah, okay, sure," he said. "I'll be back in a second." And he mounted my bike and rode off. After he left, I turned to Jhon. "Think I should trust him?" I asked. No," he replied. "We've never met him before, and besides that, did you notice he rode off alone?" So?" I asked. "He said he was going with friends. Did you see any friends?" I asked. "Well, no, but, okay, I'm gonna follow him. Give me your bike." So, I got on John's bike and I rode after this random kid who I had never met, but had lent my bike to. I quickly pulled out of the skate park, just in time to see the kid ride off, still alone, in the opposite direction of the Snappy. "No, stop that," I yelled, even though he was way out of hearing range. "Damn it, what are you doing, you son of a angry monkey bottom?" I yelled. I actually said that. I was never much of a cuss enthusiast. Fudge buckets, I said as I lost sight of him going around a corner, earning me a couple of strange looks from some elderly woman walking her dog. Then I rounded the corner. I was catching up with him. Stop! I yelled. This time he did hear me. He looked over his shoulder, turned back, and started riding even faster. Surprisingly, however, his faster was not fast enough, and before long I was within 15 feet of him, when all of a sudden 2 other kids merged with the street we were on and joined the boy on my bike. What snappy are you going to? I shouted. This one, the boy said back, and all 3 of the kids in front of me turned into an alleyway. And, against my better judgment, I followed them. Okay, please just give me back my friggin' bike, I said once I caught up with them at the end of the alley. Hey man, are you a snitch? Said one of the kids. Yes, definitely, I yelled. Just give me back my bike, please. After that, they sort of all turned around and huddled together and mumbled some incoherent gibberish for a while. All I could make out was, but he said he was a snitch, and let's just do it. At this point, I was really freaked out and completely unprepared for what came next. First, they all turned on me. I was completely prepared to run like all hell was chasing me. Then, one of them reached into his pocket, and my mind was racing, thinking of all the weapons it could possibly be, and what I would do under each circumstance. A switchblade, run. A gun, run. A pickaxe, run. An angry rabid tiger with laser eyes and a flamethrower nose. Okay, they were a little bit ridiculous by the end, but I was a little bit scared. Then he pulled it out, and I was completely caught off guard. In his hands, he had a little baggie filled partially with some herbs. You want to do some weed, bruh? The boy asked. What? No! I just want my goddamn bike back, please! I yelled. Are you sure? He asked. I am 480% sure, I replied. Now my bike, please. But you won't tell anyone we had it with you, will you? Just, you give me the bike. Okay, whatever, here, take it, he said, returning the bike to me. Thank you, I replied, and started walking down the alley with my and Jhon's bikes. Yeah, but don't tell anyone, okay? He yelled after me. But I didn't reply. I just kept walking until I found Jhon. This, as it turned out, wasn't all that difficult, because after I had not returned, he had gotten a little bit worried and had been close on my heels, chasing me down on foot the entire time. After that, we just kind of spent the rest of the night having more fun. That occurrence barely even came up in conversation, but I gotta tell you, I did not return to that skate park for a very, very long time, and I was definitely a lot more skeptical about lending my stuff out to random people. Still, it was a good night and made for a great story, so it wasn't all bad. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.